How's it going,
Good
Brian?
morning. It's going good, Cody.
Yes.
So excited. So excited for springtime.
Yeah, same. It's
You know,
although it's
things,
it's it's the time of the year that I don't like to use my tractor. I like to get my
right.
tractor out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. You got
Little
to give that
muddy.
another month or so. But
Little
you know
muddy.
what? Springtime's the time of things growing.
That's right.
My portfolio's growing a little bit, which that's
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
How
dude, I
about
know.
yourself?
Same. It's
Yeah.
although it's sorry I'm like wait, hold on a second. Sorry I'm like a little bit I don't know, my camera's not doing so hot right now, but
He's okay. Folks,
I'll be
don't
right back.
worry.
Error, 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 error. Hey,
Hey,
that
the
actually happened.
cloudiness
That
is
actually helped
gone.
a little bit.
It did.
That's surprising.
I can see him now.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah.
So, Brian, what
So
are we what are we talking about today, man? Let's just dive right in.
our top five,
Yeah,
So let's just dive right into the top five. Let me share my screen.
we've completely reevaluated.
All right, you got to enable the screen sharing for me,
Yeah, I'll
Mr.
do it for you.
Crypto Cody.
Yeah, just when you thought you had the power.
Just when you thought you had the power.
How's everybody else doing? You guys doing
Yeah, crypto's been slowly creeping up, but anyway, let me go. We're gonna start with Bitcoin, and
I still think Bitcoin has got some downside to it, but I guess we'll get into that for sure.
all right, I'm trying to share my screen now. To share,
Yeah, you should be good.
I have to go to Chrome and allow some settings.
Yeah.
Just give me a.
No, you're good.
Let me see. That work.
Well, while you're doing that, we'll take a look at
Uh,
where we're at with the so Bitcoin's price right now is 76,000.
Good price.
76,000, a market cap of 1.5 trillion with a T.
That's pretty craziness. Um, I'm, s- yeah. So I have everybody. I went to a Mac, so I'm trying to figure out a couple things. So I apologize. It's saying I have
No,
to.
you're good. Just figure out what you got. But
Why do I
well,
have
in the
to?
meantime, looking at the fear and greed index here, which is really interesting to me. It's actually been pretty, it's actually been going back down a little bit, but it was actually pushing past the 60 mark the other day, which I think is interesting because I did not think that we were going to be seeing a whole lot of greed this year. So I'm actually, that's kind of a hopeful sign as far as like it's a good neutral sign, as it says right there anyways. But I just don't think, I mean, and we'll be looking at the charts here in a second, but I don't really think I would be shocked to see personally, I would be shocked to see Bitcoin go past its all-time high this year. And we'll dive a little bit into that. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about TRX. We're going to be talking about XRP. And we're also going to be talking about um, another coin called CFG or centrifuge.
Can you see my screen by
Should be able
chance?
to now. Yep. Uh, check it
You
out.
do, but
Well, no, I
it's
don't.
you don't see it.
Here, let's try that. No, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. I apologize. I know we used this once before and I had no issues. Um, it says when I click share screen, it says, wow, choose what to share with the app, zoom.us. And then it shows like I could do a Chrome tab, a window, right? But then it says, or entire screen, which I wanted to do. It says to share your screen, allow screen recording for Chrome and system settings. You'll need to, I gotta restart Chrome. All right, I gotta get back. I gotta restart things, Cody, and I'll get right back on.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Okay. So anyways, yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at these five different coins, and I actually really think that some of the ones that I'm really excited about personally is XRP. I think there's a really good buying opportunity with that, especially considering what it used to be, where it was, its all-time high, being $3.84. And I do believe that we will see it go back to that at some point. Not this year, I don't believe, but I do believe that we will see that go back to that and beyond. And I think there's a lot of news coming out with um, just what the Trump administration is trying to do. And I think that um, Ripple is going to be a large part of that, which also would kind of effectively support XRP. In addition to that, I also think that this is a really awesome coin. I've actually been following this coin. I've invested in this coin for like 7 years, and the fact that it's been holding its strength, especially at 32 cents, is unbelievable. So TRX Tron, all about decentralization, very very similar to the goal of what Bitcoin was all about. But I would argue that this is really an amazing competitor compared to like say Ethereum, for example, or Solana. And the fact that it's at 32 cents is unbelievable to me. Like it's like right now, the fact that it's at 32 cents right now is unbelievable to me. I think that it should be significantly further down, but it has been holding stability. It's been so strong in this downturn. So like I'm excited to talk about that one. And then obviously, yeah, we'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about that one. And then we have a couple other,
Solana,
yeah, Solana. We're going to talk about Solana
CFG.
and CFG.
Yeah.
So, can you get your screens to work yet?
Let me try now. Let me see what happens.
I might have to give you whatever
A
again.
minute.
So, anyways,
Oh, it's doing the same thing. Oh
is it?
my, it is. All right, let me try one more thing. I gotta get off. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
try hold on, try it again.
It's something with my local thing. I mean, I can go to Chrome,
So, do
tab
you have like
setting.
a screen, like a Zoom screen with the entire
Do you see a screen of mine or no?
Yeah, it's shared now. You're totally sharing now.
Yeah, but I only can share a tab, right? So,
Well, that's fine. Who gives a crap? This is the
all right.
tab you want to share, right?
Yeah. All right. So, let me
So I say we start with Bitcoin.
yeah. So, here we go. Everybody see that?
Yeah, sorry about the hiccups there, guys.
Yeah, I apologize. I got to get my stuff squared away. All right, so here we go. Bitcoin. It's been very interesting. Just I don't know if Cody told you guys or not, but I'm going to tell you guys. Cody and I are definitely not financial advisors, and none of this is financial advice. It's just Cody and I having a conversation about our five favorite cryptos. That's all it is. And if you want to get involved, make sure you do your own research. So, anything to add to that, Cody?
No, you said it.
All right, perfect. So here's the daily candle chart for Bitcoin right now. This is a 1 year snapshot of Bitcoin. You can see way back here in October, it was 126,000. And way over here in February, it went down to like 60,000. So Bitcoin's lost over 50% of its value from all-time high. It's not the first time that's happened, right, Cody? We've seen it happen a lot. So full disclosure, uh, Cody and I, well, we talked about this in one of our prior videos. We sold pretty much all our altcoins and stuff and just put it into stable coins. So when Bitcoin was down in this area, full disclosure, I started buying back into Bitcoin, into the 60s. So all my purchases, I think I might have got a little bit, yeah, but between like 62 and 68,000, I've been buying Bitcoin. And now we've had this little bump up. You can see it's been riding this support line. And if I zoom out, we'll go to the weekly chart, gives you a better long-term picture. You can see back here, back in February of 2024, when we had that huge bump up from, the 25,000, we went all the way and made a new all-time high at 74,000, beating the old one that was used to be 69,000. You could see it went up here, then it went sideways, for several months, 6 to 8 months, it went sideways, and a lot of volume, a lot of price action here. And this was definitely kind of like, at that point, it was being a point of resistance. And then Bitcoin finally broke through. I can draw a line real quick what I'm talking about, right? Just roughly like that. What I ended up drawing two lines. But anyway, so you can see this area to me is either a point of resistance or support, depending which side of Bitcoin was on it. Which side Bitcoin was on. So anyway, here it was acting as resistance. It finally broke through, and that's where we had that big run up to over $100,000. We had this correction a little bit, and then we eventually went all the way up to 126,000. Now we can see, what goes up must come down. So it went down pretty quickly. This is like a textbook bear flag. So here's another one. So now we're back down to this level, but now it's acting as support. And there with that level is also the 200-day moving average. This is long-term weekly charts, right?
Right.
So what's going to happen is, I have no idea. I can give you my guess, which I'm going to, but I think we're going to stay here for a little bit longer. Right now, the 20-day moving average, and this is the 50-day moving average. You can see we hit the 20-day moving average at 78,000, and that acted as resistance. So it kind of pushed us back down. You can see we're already all the way back to 76,000. So I really think gravity is going to take hold of the price again a little bit. And I think we're gonna see it at least one more time bounce back down into the 60s. So I'm not buying any Bitcoin right now, not after this big jump up. I'm waiting for a correction, and I think the correction is going to happen over the next few weeks. And that's when I'm going to buy a lot more Bitcoin. In that, just call it, I would say between the 68,000 and the $62,000 range. I think we're going to see some action there, and I'm going to be buying a lot. Now, also, we can remember, let me go to the monthly just so I can show everything real quick. So
We are approaching May.
I know. Wow, already,
You know what
right?
happens in May.
What happens in May? The flowers grow?
Bitcoin goes down to 40 something thousand.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, we're going to get to that,
Man, I'm
right?
disruptive.
So you can see here, um, we had what when COVID like hit, right? Wasn't that like This was like the crash from COVID. So it was down real quick, but came back up. I think we're going to have a similar reaction here, and I'm going to go back to the weekly. A similar thing happened here. I think something's going to happen in the world, and we never know what it is, right? But something's going to cause Bitcoin to get back down to this level, like I'm saying, where I'm going to be buying in, but something's going to cause it to spike down, and it's going to
Yeah,
be a quick spike.
exactly.
And realistically, I think it's going to go down to probably like 55,000. It could even spike down to like 50,000 quickly, right? That's where I'm thinking. Cody is thinking more down around the 43,000,
I think
which
it's going back down to that resistance line, definitely.
that could, I mean, that could be, but it'd be down there quick, man, really
Yeah, I know,
quick.
but it's only based on history, annual chart rating for for history. Because if you look,
But now, if you're looking at this chart formation, it went up sideways, kind of a funky looking. I was gonna say if this was more like straight, we could see almost the forming of a head and shoulders, right?
yeah,
And a head and shoulders, that's a bearish chart symbol. So what would happen if this was a head and shoulders? This is going to go sideways here for a little while longer, and then it's going to go
yeah.
drop back down. So my son the other day goes, "Hey, Dad, you think we'll ever see $20,000 Bitcoin again?" I said no.
No, I doubt that. That would be a
Um,
surprise to me.
yeah, but 43,000, I would be
Yeah,
slightly
I believe we would
surprised.
see that.
I really think like the 55,000, 58,000 is going to be it.
I don't know how
I
many
think
daily candles you're going to see at 43,000, but you will definitely see like I seriously think that you will it just won't surprise me, man. It just won't. I mean, it like the stars have been aligning. And the thing is like what I think everybody wants to know, this is what I believe everybody wants to know, is how long is this bear market going to be? Is it going to be a traditional length of time, or is it going to be different in the sense that everything has been happening earlier as of last year? Like the
so.
Bitcoin bear
I
market
really
started
think
way earlier.
yes, but I think that this was the for Bitcoin. This was the peak,
Right.
right? And that was in October of 2025.
Yeah.
That's about right. The halving was in April of 24. But what we used to see after Bitcoin peak we would see this huge altcoin run. And I don't think we didn't really have a huge altcoin run in the last bull market
No.
per se.
No.
Not like in the past where we would have this huge run up after Bitcoin peaked and then everything else would follow
It
up.
was
And just
gradual and it was slow and boring. And
so, but I think this is going to
yeah.
go sideways here. We might have a dip, but I think Bitcoin, I mean, this summertime we're going to see that bottom. July, August timeframe, I think, is when the bottom's in for Bitcoin, and it's going to shoot up from there.
Yeah.
Depending where that bottom is, this could be the bottom. I don't think so. I think we're going to see it go back down to like I think 58 to 55 to 58,000. Cody is down at the 43,000.
Yeah.
Either way, and either
Well, I'm hey, you're muted for whatever reason.
I muted.
Not anymore. You're good. Go ahead. Whatever you said there.
But no, I'm buying whether it goes down to 58,000 or 43,000. I'm buying both of those.
Right, and that's kind of the point, is it doesn't really matter because we're in the belief that this is going to be a seven-figure coin. So
Right.
who gives a
10 I
crap?
told my
Actually,
son I told my son in 10 years I won't be surprised if Bitcoin's worth $1 million a coin in 10 years.
I won't be like, and Michael Saylor won't be surprised that Bitcoin might be worth 11 million at some point. So
So my son goes, "So you're telling me, Dad, all I need is like five Bitcoin and I'll be good in 10 years?" I'm like, "Yeah." So that's
Yeah, I'm
what you
pretty
should be
sure that that's
doing.
actually true. Yeah.
I told him just you should just be dollar cost averaging buying Bitcoin. Don't worry about anything else. Just buy
Right.
Bitcoin. Dollar
Exactly.
cost average. Yep.
I actually, I'm no
And I
I'm no
wish I
Dave
would have
Ramsey,
did
but
that when we first got into crypto. Just think if all we ever bought was Bitcoin when we first got in.
yeah, okay, so I got a question. This is something I've been wanting to know and think about, and I'm actually curious what everybody else thinks about this. Is what's the difference over the next 10 years if you were to invest like say 15% of your income into Bitcoin versus 15% into a traditional mutual fund? What do you think is going to actually do better in the next 10 years?
Hands down, Bitcoin.
I think honestly, I believe that's correct. And the thing is I think that a lot of financial advisors, like especially the mainstream ones that are just sticking to their guns with traditional mutual funds and Roth IRAs and all that stuff, is they don't want to play the risk of saying that. But like if you look at history over the past, how long has Bitcoin been around? Since 2008. We're pushing almost 20 years here.
Right.
Like it's held so true. It's held so true. Like, and it's, I'm at the point now where I'm actually even questioning if it's considered a risky investment. Like, 7 years ago, I was like, wow, wow, Wild West. But now it's like, I'm talking specifically Bitcoin only right now. I'm not talking
Right.
about anything else, just
I,
Bitcoin.
well, it is a legitimate investment now. There's ETFs. Anybody has access to Bitcoin. Everybody in the world can have
But I'm
access to
trying to think
Bitcoin.
about like, why would Bitcoin, like, give me good grounds for why it wouldn't be a good idea. Like, other than an EMP bomb, which that would just
Well,
mess up any financial
it's
system.
not a tangible item. It's not
It's
like
not,
gold or
but
silver.
it is okay, but it's got a max supply. You can't
Mhm.
fudge that max supply. Um, the wallets that were created during the time of like footprints of Satoshi Nakamoto haven't moved or been touched. Actually, the first Bitcoin transaction that was ever made, I forget what gentleman it was that it was made to, but he's passed away. So his wallet is, as far as we're concerned, no one has access to that.
Who knows? Yeah, I think they said it's like 4 million Bitcoins that'll never be
It's a lot of
recovered.
Bitcoin, man. It's a lot. I mean, you might as well say that the max supply is 15
17 million,
million.
17 minutes, or
Yeah, so
even
15,
even not.
17 million. The point is that it's lost, it's gone, it's out. Like, and that's, there's a lot of people that has mined Bitcoin on computer systems, and those are in the junkyard.
Right,
Like, so it's just the point I'm trying to get at here is that your max supply is not even 21. It's actually significantly lower than that.
right. So
So,
real quick, my screen is still being shared, right? It is.
mhm.
So
But
here's
I
the
just wanted to talk
day.
about that because I just I like what you're talking about is slowly, and you were telling your son to slowly invest
Yeah, it's totally
over the
slowly
next 10
invest.
years into Bitcoin, and I actually think that's good advice. I really do.
He wants to invest in some stocks and stuff too. I'm like, that's
But
fine, but I told him the biggest thing is being consistent and just don't miss a week.
right,
Just be consistent with what you're doing. Like he wants, the young adults, right? And I did too. You want quick gratification. You want to see quick results. And I told him he's so young as a young adult, like, don't think about the quick results
right,
because
right.
time is going to go by before you know it. So if you just discipline yourself and do this and think long term, right?
You
Just
don't
think
even have
about
to
this.
discipline yourself.
No,
You can preset it.
but people can change it. So you still need discipline, right?
No, no,
You
no. I
can
know. I'm
always
just saying,
you can
like,
always do it.
yeah,
Right. So the main thing is to have the discipline and don't stop. And in 10 years, you're going to be blown away with your account value. You're going to be
feel
like,
like
oh
I'm
my God, my father was right.
feel like I'm talking to Jim Rohn right now.
Oh my God. That's Thank you so much. I don't deserve that one, but thank you.
Okay.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right,
If
let's
anybody out
continue
there
on.
knows who Jim Rohn is. But anyway,
You
so
should
I
look
just
him up
want to
if you
go,
need to. Yeah.
yeah. So I just want to get back to just finishing up the chart read for
Okay, while you're
Bitcoin.
doing
And
that, I'm
that,
going to reload some coffee, okay?
all right. And that's going to the daily chart, right? We can see the daily chart. Look at this. So you can see just short term. I'm going to put some lines in here real quick. We'll just call it from here. And we're just going to go like this. And then like this. And then we're going to put a line here. Um, and just go kind of like that. Right. So we can see we have a channel going, kind of an upward channel a little bit. But again, after this huge um, downturn right here, so in essence, it's looking a lot like a bear flag, right? Which is very bullish. I mean, a very bearish chart symbol. So usually what'll happen, it'll go up there and it'll have a false uptick, and then it'll just break back down. You can see it here where it kind of did it here, went up, down, up, and now we kind of had some sideways action here. So for a little bit, and then it dropped again. So that was maybe a longer bear flag type move. So as you can see, but right now, just short term from February till now, so we'll call it, excuse me, 2.5 months, we've been making higher lows and we've been making higher highs. That is a bullish, whoops, excuse me. That is a bullish symbol. So I'm just trying to get this off. So you can see that definitely that's a bullish chart sign, higher lows and higher highs. But we're going to hit this resistance here. And this is me personally. This is what I think is going to happen. Two things are going to happen. It's going to break this resistance and go up to at least this range to the 90, 95, actually probably to the 88 to $95,000 range. If it breaks through this and the 200-day moving average, because right now they're both acting as resistance. That's just call it possibility one. The second possibility is it's going to hit that resistance, it's going to push it back down, and it's going to go back down to this bottom level here, which right now is acting as support. So it could possibly keep the higher lows in play. So even if it hits this volume point of control, a lot of volume, it's that's price action. It definitely acts like a magnet to draw the price down there. Like, realistically, it could go down to 67, even like high 66,000, somewhere in that range, and still keep this going with higher lows. And then it could bounce back up from there and break out. But it could also break through this support and go back down like we had talked before, where I think it could be the 58 to 55,000 range. Cody was saying down around the $43,000 range, where I'll go back to the weekly and you can see what I'm talking about here. So, actually it's three possibilities. It could break back up here, break out, could go back down to this support and continue sideways for a while and then break back up, or continue sideways, break down. I realistically think it's going to go sideways. This is going to act as resistance. If we go back to the daily chart, it's going to act as resistance. I think the 200-day moving average. Either way, I won't be surprised if the 78,000 was the high, this local high, and it's going back down now, which I kind of think is what's going to happen. But it wouldn't surprise me if it actually got a little more momentum and went up to like around 82,000, where the 200-day moving average is. So, um, so right now I'm just watching Bitcoin. I do have buy orders placed in the 68 down to $62,000 range on Bitcoin. I have them placed because who knows? It could be a quick wick and then right back up or down, either way. So that's where I'm at with Bitcoin. And like I said, this whole time I was just, for the most part, dollar cost averaging.
I'm
Every
back.
week I'd be buying some. So we'll have to wait and see. But like I said, I think this might be holding as resistance and pushing it back down. Could go as high as 82,000, but at this point, it's not going to me, it's not going to get above 82,000 in the 200-day moving average. So anyway, that's where I'm at with Bitcoin. So what do you want to talk about next?
Well, I think we'll just move down to the market cap. So let's go right back into XRP. Actually,
All right.
while you're switching over to XRP though, I do think it's notable to talk about some news as
Yep.
far as what's come out with Bitcoin specifically.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
hold on a second. There's oh, there's some interesting news that has come out, I believe, with Michael Saylor.
Yeah, they bought more crypto. They bought more Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. So I won't make this a
They
big
have
deal.
like they have like 800 over 800,000 Bitcoin now,
Yeah, it's
I
ridiculous. So
think.
Michael Saylor is definitely leading the charge when it comes to, purchasing and promoting Bitcoin. So Bitcoin news today, um, is that all right, let's see. So these key takeaways. So strategy wants to shift the STRC, um, preferred stocks dividends from monthly, semi-monthly payments. This change would not affect the STRC's 11.5% annual dividends yield. These are just like the takeaways, by the way. Management says that the goal is to reduce volatility, which this is huge to me. I love this because the big problem that I think that crypto has is like having the like crazy, crazy volatility. And the reason why the crazy volatility, why is this a problem? Okay. In my opinion, it's a problem because of leverage trading. Because when you have this crazy leverage trading going on and the volatility is going like insane, what happens is money gets liquidated. And that's exactly what's happening right here is you get like liquidation and it just destroys everything and it's just not healthy for the market. So I do think that they're going to be doing some like they're trying to make this work in a sense that it's going to feel more boring. We kind of talked about it earlier, Brian, how
Yeah.
things like the altcoins gradually were going up. It's like you want that. You want a healthy market. You want it to like think about like real estate, for example. Like it was a
Right. So
healthy increase, you know? So
so cryptocurrency is becoming well, people are looking at cryptocurrency market as the last frontier or the next big thing to get rich quick,
yeah. Yeah, and I think
right?
that's
I
hurting the
think those
market.
days are kind of going by the wayside. You can definitely still get rich quick, but I don't think it's as easy.
No,
There's so many more cryptocurrencies out there. Um, you really, there's a lot of rug pulls. Like right now on CoinGecko, they have 17,566 coins listed on
right.
CoinGecko. That's crazy,
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
which ones do you do?
Yeah,
But
exactly. No,
I
it's
mean,
ridiculous.
but people are still making a lot of money with meme coins too. It's just a matter, I think, of how much effort people put into it,
I
research,
mean,
and then
yeah, I mean
come up with a plan and stick with their plan.
at this point it's like cryptocurrency, like altcoins are becoming a casino. Like you just,
It's
you're
like
just
the penny
throwing
stocks.
quarters in the slots. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly like that. Penny slots. And I think that at this point you got to be way more strategic. You have to vet things better. You honestly don't even
It,
have
it,
to
it's
vet very well because like the proof is in the pudding
right.
with
Well,
the
it's
market
what
caps
you're trying
themselves.
to accomplish too, right?
Right, like okay, so you like well, okay, let's go back to this
Yeah,
just for a second, not to get super off here, but like you look at like the top 10 cryptocurrencies right here. Like number 10 right now is literally a multi-billion dollar asset. 11
yeah,
billion
Hyperliquid. That's a
dollars.
good coin, by the way, folks.
Yeah,
A lot to do with AI.
right, but once you go from the billion like it's just my point is like when you have an asset that has literally like billions and billions and billions of dollars into it, like that speaks for itself. Like you don't have to do a whole lot of vetting because there's a crap ton of proof in the pudding there, you know? But when you are going off into like the top 3 or 4 or 500 cryptocurrencies where there's maybe not even a million, invested in it, or only like 5 or 10 million invested in it, that's kind of scary, you know?
But we've also looked at coins that used to be in the top 10 or the top 20 that are no longer there, that used to have billion-dollar market caps plus, and they're gone.
Well, yeah, but the thing is like when we first got involved, there was like what? Like maybe a couple hundred cryptos.
Yeah,
Like that's it. There maybe a couple hundred.
right.
Now there's like thousands and thousands and thousands. And
All
so
right.
anyways,
Yeah.
I just yeah, the news on Bitcoin, I'm done with that now. It's just my point is like this is the big takeaway I got from that I'm excited about is that crypto might start getting more boring for
Yeah.
especially for the vets because the vets are like just we're all about we remember the volatility. It was exciting, Wild Wild West, whoa, slinging guns and
Well, there
everything. It
still
was
is a
crazy.
lot of volatility on stuff. You can still find the
No, there
volatility, that's
is,
for sure.
but I just think that the slowing down, it's like so good because now you're going to start grabbing the more conservative investors, the people that actually want to really more so focus on the mutual funds and 401ks and all that stuff. And hey, maybe Bitcoin's not a bad thing because it doesn't seem like it's that charismatic, you know?
So yeah, they're still having ETS, Bitcoin ETS inflow is a high. So
Yeah,
anyway, let's go ahead and jump into XRP, our next coin.
sounds good.
All right, because I'm going to have some stuff to do here soon. So
I
I
know
want to get
if we
through our
can't
five
tackle them all
points.
right now, that's fine. You know, I
All right,
just
here we go. XRP. Let me share my screen.
share it. I really like what Michael Saylor's doing for this community.
All right, so here's XRP. This is the daily, right?
Yeah.
XRP is on the move, but there's definitely resistance at the $1.50. There's a little bit of resistance there. So we'll see what happens with XRP. Could it go up to $1.75? It could. I still think the market's going to go ahead and go down. So, but XRP had a little bump up here on the, this is the daily chart, but it's hanging right around this, 150 to $1.30 range. So that's on the the weekly. Hold on, let me get a different. Uh, yeah, Coinbase doesn't have a lot of data on XRP because remember all the suing and everything. XRP, they dropped it off of
Yeah.
Coinbase Exchange. They brought it back, but
Right.
so here's the weekly chart, right? And you can see it's riding this 200-day moving average as support right now. So that's important because if that breaks, XRP is gone, could easily go back down to, the 70 to 50 cent range, somewhere in there. So realistically, I do have a buy order in for some XRP down at like $1.08. I thought
Really?
that was a good level. Yeah, I
That's
think it's
interesting.
going to go. So just a little. Um,
That's good.
so like,
I like.
yeah, I picked the $1.08 because you could see down here on this side, there's a lot of price volume there, a lot of price action. It stayed in this channel here, and kind of the middle of the channel was $1.08. That's how I came up with that myself personally.
Yeah.
So, but XRP, it's it's been around for a long time. It's been sued by the government.
And they
It's just
won.
it's a surviving
Like
platform coin,
like Ripple won.
technology.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about being sued
So
by the government and then you actually win against the
so
government.
and then here's something else I found. Look at this. XRP keeps growing. Ripple CEO says amid Solana milestone. So XRP has expanded its onto Solana. So Solana is one of my coins. XRP is with one of Cody's making our. We kind of contributed to our top five. We both wanted Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So, but this is like a 2-for-1 here. XRP is expanding on Solana. That's going to help both Solana and XRP because that just means more traffic on Solana's platform, and XRP is expanding its footprint So it's a win-win for both of them. And then what did I see? I saw something else. But anyway, I just definitely wanted to show that. Um, and that's what I have for XRP. It's going to be around. It's got huge backing. Oh, this was another thing. Let me see. So here on CoinGecko, for anybody that's watching, you can see if you go to XRP, and this is on any coin. What I like to do sometimes is, I'm just sorry, you go to their website and it just gives you a lot of information. So like XRP, you could go there and read, it'll show you their customers. I mean, there's so much stuff you could see from there. So anyway, that's all I have for XRP on the charts. If you have any questions, Cody, you want me to go over something or you want to add to that, have at it.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I think that, contrary to, well, not even contrary to Bitcoin, I would just say that the one thing about XRP that I found really interesting is that, it first of all, it's its own thing. It's decentralized, it's its own thing now. But the company that is backing it, the footprint um that has really been left behind XRP's independence being Ripple is actually very much, I believe, behind the scenes with the United States of America. And I think that there is a lot of centralized banks that are making massive shifts right now that are um, trying to figure out how to get with the program because they realize if they don't get ahead of society and our economic massive shift, then I think that they're gonna uh we're I guess my point is I think that XRP is gonna explode.
So why
Like,
don't you just say it,
yeah,
Cody?
I really,
XRP, this is
yeah,
from Crypto Cody, coming from Crypto Cody.
yeah.
XRP is going to be the next $1 trillion market cap coin.
Honestly, okay, so here's the thing. XRP is the
How's that?
only, yeah, I think you're right. And you know what? It's already proven to be true. XRP is actually already proven that it can take the seat of second place in the top market cap of cryptocurrency. It has done it before, and I believe it will do it again. I'm sorry, I love Ethereum, but I think XRP will destroy Ethereum in the market cap.
All right.
Enough said.
So,
Enough said.
all right.
That's what I believe.
Here's the top 10, right, on CoinGecko. So anyway,
And that's no disrespect to
so
Ethereum. It's no
is,
disrespect to Ethereum.
is XRP going to be the next, is who's going to be the next $1 trillion coin out of the top 10?
I
We could
believe it's
do
going to be
that.
XRP.
Ethereum, they 4x they're there. So they got the shortest distance to go. But I saw some articles about Ethereum, how they're concerned with the quantum computing with Ethereum and hackers and stuff, or what something
Dude,
going on. So
Ethereum, yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Ethereum is
right.
a novelty. That's what it's
So
become, in my opinion.
so XRP 12x's. So right, say it does a 12x. So what would that be? So that would be time 143 times 12. So that would put XRP at around $17 a coin to be $1 trillion coin market cap. It's possible. But
Possible. Dude,
see, for me, I think the next $1 trillion market cap coin is going to be Solana. That's my coin. And we're going to go
yeah,
right
I know,
into
but
Solana
but
right
like,
now.
but yeah, okay. So
Go ahead.
there's two different things that we're talking about here. We're talking about market cap, and then we're talking about use case. You know, like,
Right. If the use case grows, the market cap's going to probably grow too. And
see,
XRP
you think
is
that
a
Solana is going to surpass Ethereum, is what you're saying? Or
yes.
no, are you not saying that? You're saying Ethereum will be
No,
a,
I am
yeah,
saying
okay,
the
you are
Solana is
saying
going
that.
to
Yeah,
pass
that's
it
what I thought.
because I said Solana will be the next $1 trillion coin.
I think that a Solana is highly capable of being right behind XRP.
Not happening. No, Solana's going first,
You know
baby.
what's funny is that,
So
like,
here
I
we
agree with
go.
you on Solana. I agree with you on Solana as far as like its credibility goes and its use case, but I still, for some reason, like Tron more than Solana. But anyways, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to Tron next.
Yeah.
So Solana's a platform like Ethereum, very a competitor of Ethereum. So again, I went to CoinGecko, clicked on Solana, and it brings me to their website. And just I'm gonna opt out of that real quick. Look at their partners: Western Union, Visa, WorldPlay, Circle, PayPal,
Yeah.
partners of Solana, right? And then you can see here, you go down, fastest growing and leading financial platform. Look at the total transactions. They're over 505 billion transactions. That's transactions per second right now, 2,700. That's pretty cool, right? They're just, and it's just they're growing more and more. 50 million monthly activity addresses, 3.5 billion monthly transactions, and they're just getting bigger and bigger. That's why I think they're going to surpass Ethereum and be the next, trillion dollar coin. That's me. But now let's go to the chart real quick. Here's the monthly chart on Solana. You can see we're right at another critical point in Solana.
Well,
So if this breaks, say if it goes down below, like we'll just call it goes below $70 a coin, it's definitely it could easily go back down to 20 something dollars a coin. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the weekly. Let me get a different platform here. All right. So if I go to the weekly chart, we can see. Um, so usually that type of candle wick means it's going to have a turnaround and it's going to start going up. So I do have buy orders for Solana around the 76, $77 range. I think we should see that at least one more time. Um, but if the whole market drops, you can see if this Solana decides to go up, it could probably push to around the $100 mark, somewhere in there. But I think we're still going to see a little bit lower Solana prices than what it is right now. It did get up to like $90.
yeah.
I think we're going to go back down to like, again, I have a buy order 76.88 is where I think I'm going to buy some more. I've been slowly buying Solana. I want to build a big position on that because I really think it's going to be, the next bull market. I think Solana is going to be pushing 500 to $1,000 a coin.
I think it's
I
highly
really do.
possible that you're going to see $1,000 Solana, and I only say that just because it's total supply. I mean,
Right.
it's literally only 600 million in supply,
So
which is huge
yeah, yeah,
for its credibility.
624 million, right?
Yeah,
And and most of that's been already in circulation. So that's good. So there's going to be not a lot of inflation to the coin by them releasing more coins,
right,
right? They have just call it another 50 million coins to release.
right.
So that's very good.
Yeah,
So you can look at, I mean, the trading volumes, 5 billion a day. So I really think that's why I'm big on Solana. I really am. I'm going to be building. Like I said, I want 100 Solana tokens. I want a couple hundred of them or whatever. Just the more the merrier. I'm just going to continually buy it up to probably in short term. Um, Like I said, I only got buy orders in the 70s right now. So, but I'm going to adjust as the market adjusts on Solana. I'm going to be constantly building that position. That and Bitcoin are my two main positions I'm building. And the third is CFG. But uh, real quick, I'm going to go CFG. I said I was going to do TRX, but
before we go there, we did have a question from Emma. She was
yep.
saying, and this is kind of a rabbit trail, but she was saying, has anyone tried the We the Vote project? And I don't
We the
really know
Vote
much.
project.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it, but my understanding is that it's kind of an argument for how, because I think this question was brought up when we were talking about XRP, and the idea behind it is talking about self-governance. Self-governance. I can't say that word very well, but anyways, you know, I guess there's been polls where there's like 17% of people in I don't know what polls these are, but this is based on
What
their
was it?
website.
We vote. What was it?
If you go to we voteproject.org, and I don't know if that's the official website, but I believe that's what she's talking about. Um, and I I don't even know where they I don't know anything about this, but my point is like the idea and philosophy of self-governance instead of having, you know, but this is kind of a rabbit trail.
Yeah.
I just think that, my whole point is this, Emma, and I don't know if this is what you're talking about here, is that the whole idea behind Bitcoin is trust. It's being able to have independence. It's
No,
being able to
it's
have,
a trustless system. You don't need trust,
right,
right?
right,
So
exactly.
yeah.
The point is we don't trust the government is what this whole project's all about. It says that 17% of people, and I don't know where this poll is coming from, it trusts the government, whereas, you have like 45% are independent and shut out. And then it was saying that 5% turn out in local elections. And so it's just, I don't know where those polls are coming from. I do think that there's a lot of arguments for dependence and independence, but in the end, what's happening is the world is shifting, things are changing. We're getting to a point where I even think that technology is advancing so rapidly fast. You want to talk about volatility and exciting things. It's technology like artificial intelligence and all that stuff is going to utilize systems like the blockchain and utilize systems that are performing the best for the sake of currency and value and assets. And I just think that it's pretty evident to me that these particular crypto assets that are in the top 100 are going to be a part of that in a massive way. And I
I
just
would
think,
I would even tighten that up to like the top 50.
right,
Because
yeah, but
coins can bop in and out of the 100 pretty easily.
they can, yeah. So, the point is that I think that going back to what we were originally talking about when you landed this question or comment, I think that Ripple is going to be playing a massive part of helping the systematic pieces of the government. Not Ripple, but yeah, Ripple. Yeah, Ripple is going to be playing a massive part of that. And I think even Bitcoin is too, honestly. But I think that Bitcoin is once again still staying philosophically like digital gold, for example. It's not something the government has control of other than how much, well, it holds, I guess. But
Yeah. All right. Hey, we really got to finish up. You want to look at TRX real quick?
yeah,
I
let's
mean,
look at TR. Let's finish out with TRX just because I think that's a really great.
all right.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll
And
do
and, and,
CFG
and
later.
next time we'll circle around with CFG.
Yeah,
CFG is
yeah,
really
yeah.
moving right now, but
It's
all
been a
right,
while since we've actually talked about TRX.
it has.
Makes me sad and happy at the
You see,
same time.
you see my screen?
Oh yeah, dude. It's so great, man. Dude, how awesome is it to see
Why
TRX?
can't I?
So TRX is now holding at a price that everybody was just waiting for literally 5 years. You know, there I remember when TRX hit 30 plus cents in 2017,
Yeah. Why?
and
I'm having issues with my screen again. Go ahead.
you are, yeah, well,
There you go. Okay, you can see the screen, right?
yeah, and then now it's been creating a structured line here at 30 plus cents, which is so
Yeah.
crazy. Like the community behind this thing, dude, I swear this is my favorite coin. I'm gonna say it right now. This is my favorite coin. It really is. And
You
I
you've
just love
always
it,
had
man.
it for it.
Dude, I think it's great. I really do. I'm like a diehard TX fan. I really am. And I think that however the way that Justin Sun went about it from front to back, because he's disconnected from it now. But
Right.
like front to back, I think what he did was perfect. Well, not perfect, but it was his marketing strategy was not perfect, but it was
So
it
I'm
was good. I loved it.
so you look at a lot of the other charts, right? And you see like, these 250 and 25, they're all inversed and coins are riding the 200-day moving average. This is on the weekly charts, right? And even the monthly charts, you see them down.
Are you sharing your
Look
screen right
at
now?
I am. You don't see it?
No, I don't.
You see
Now I
it
do.
now?
Now I do.
All right.
Yep.
So here's the monthly for TRX. Look at this thing.
So great.
What a chart. And you can, it's just, it's
In
getting
a
ready to
freaking
go
bear
again.
market.
And this is a bear market, folks, right? And let's go down to the weekly. So the weekly is a little more volatility. Well, not volatility, but you can see on the weekly, it has on the weekly charts gone down through the 20-day moving average, but it's riding the 50-day moving average as support. And you can see it's not even near the 200-day moving average. You can see the trend line on this, even from here, right? We're talking, let's go all the way back to November of 24. 22, or right? It's
Yeah.
it's been going up.
Yeah.
That's all, it has been going up. The
Yeah.
trend line on this has always been up.
It really
It's
has. It's actually
crazy.
followed Bitcoin quite well. If you actually look at
Not
Bitcoin's,
not not well, big no, not really. Look at Bitcoin. You want to look at that real quick.
I don't know. I feel like the comparison's actually like pretty
It's not
nice.
even close. It's TRX is a much better looking chart. Look at Bitcoin.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's
true.
gone
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, that's a more dramatic. So Bitcoin's following the more actual dramatic bear market there. So that's yeah, you have a
Right.
good point. Yeah, I know. But dude, it's
But
crazy because TRX has
so here it is.
always
So
been
I'm
good in bear markets.
so
Always.
I'm looking at this chart, right? It's right here. Depending on the market, I think it's going to stay right in here. But the next stop, it's going to get up to like 35 cents. I think this move right here, and it's going to fluctuate there, but it's still going up. I really, all right. So by the end of the summer, we're going to see a new all-time high for TRX, probably the way this thing is moving, right? So that means that's just me guessing by this chart. You know, we're going to see by the end of the summer another 40% gain roughly on TRX.
Right. And
It's
and
it's always been up, and even if let's see what the daily looks like.
and
I
folks, just
mean,
so you guys know, TRX is consistently burning coins.
right,
So
and I'll get to those numbers here in a minute. I just want let me finish this real
yeah,
quick, Cody. Right. So on the daily chart, the volume point of control, the most volume. This is right now strong support. You can see it rode this for quite some time. Went out, came right back to it. So let's just call it between the 27 cents to like 30-cent range or 29-cent range was, a comfortable support area for TRX. Now it's broken out and it's actually broken past this local high of 30, roughly 32 cents. So um, I really think it's going up to like that 35-cent range next. And look, everything is, they're just, and this right here, that's a golden cross that just happened back the end of March with
yeah.
TRX. So it's everything on this one. It's pointing up. I'm like, damn, I missed the boat on it
No, I don't
at,
think you
at
did
20
though. I really
at
don't. I
27 cents. So granted, Cody and I got into TRX back in like 2016 when it first came out. We were buying it for two tenths of a cent, so 0.002,
yeah.
and now it's at 32 plus cents,
No,
pushing
dude,
33 cents. It's crazy. And
TRX
then you can see
TRX is
here.
is definitely an incoming $5 coin within who knows how many years from now. But it
I
does.
don't know, $5 coin.
Brian, what's the supply of XRP right now?
That's what I'm getting to. Supply of XRP right now is 94, just under
No, no,
95 billion coins.
no. That you're talking about TRX
Yeah. What do you want? The supply of what?
supply of XRP.
Oh, all right. All right. We're going down rabbit holes. I just
It's
wanted,
not a rabbit
I,
hole. It's 100%
I,
about.
I know, but I'm trying to just finish up real quick. I'm on a time constraint now, Cody. I didn't
No, you're
realize it
good.
was
You're
this
good. All right.
late.
My point is that the supply of XRP
Is
is
100 billion
exactly and
max supply.
right.
And now
And
Tron, so Tron, I get what Cody's getting at. So I'm going to go there real quick then, I think. So Tron is now at 33 cents, right? Right. So now if, do I have it calculated down here? just quick math. So I'm gonna just do 145 divided by, we're just gonna go 33 cents equals, so that's, I did something. Hold on. I'm sorry. 145 divided by, so that's like a 4.4x. So if Tron got to Ripple's price, it would be $125 billion market cap.
I think it's
So now,
totally reasonable.
right, which is a 4x. Yeah, I mean, Tron is just looking strong. Who
It's
knows what's
been
going to happen
strong.
with Tron?
Yeah.
Oh, I know it's been strong the whole time. Yeah, I'm not arguing. Look at, and to me, this thing's gonna, if this local high gets broken right here at 37 cents without breaking that 26 cents low there, uh, this thing's gonna, yeah.
Look at that random
Anyway,
45-cent wick there, dude. That's crazy.
right? Look at this. This is a monthly wick. So the month December of 2024, right? This thing
We hit an all-time high.
did 160% gain in 1 month.
It's so crazy. Yeah, and I think we're gonna see it go
Actually,
back.
it's more than that. I started this not even at the bottom,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
So,
I know you got to go, but yeah.
yeah.
So we're gonna start monitoring. I guess the way that we're gonna start doing this, guys, is we're gonna start monitoring these five coins.
Yep.
And we haven't done CFG, but we'll do that another day. So, and that's kind of our
All
high
right,
risk.
real quick, I gotta just show the chart on CFG.
Oh, you're
I
doing it.
have to
You're doing
because
it.
it
This is our
because
low
it
market cap, high risk coin, right?
all right. So let's go to all, which is gonna should put me on a weekly. So this is CFG. Uh, whoops. And it got all the way down to like 7 cents, and I was gonna buy it then, and I didn't. But I ended up started building a position at like 13 cents. So now it's just, I mean, from this point, this just was recently too, right? This was back in like February time frame to the price it's at right now, 23 cents roughly. It's gone up 230% plus,
It's
you
crazy.
know, over 56 days, over 2 months. So I'm hoping that it's probably
We're not
gonna.
seeing anything, by the way. We're just hearing you talk.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
have to share my screen. Sorry. Now
There
you
it
can
is.
see it.
There it is. Yeah.
All right, you got it.
Yep.
All right, so you can see a little bit of resistance at 20 cents with the 50-day moving average and some price and volume, but it broke through that. If it continues, I really think it's going to go up to like the 30-cent range on this run, 30, 31 cents, and then it's going to get pushed back down. How far it's going to go, I don't know, but if you watch CFG at all, they're constantly improving, growing, and it's just real world assets are going to be, I think, a huge market in the next bull market. That and AI. So, but anyway, I'm watching this one closely. That's the weekly. If we look at the daily, um, you can see it's, we have a golden cross that just happened here. So we're definitely going to see this go up a little higher, I think, before we have a correction on it.
Yeah.
You could see these big wicks here. I really think that was whales buying in. That's what I think happened here and here. People were building big positions with CFG. So, but we'll wait and see. We'll go into that one more in detail. But I do have to go. So again, everyone, thanks for joining us this
Thanks
morning.
for joining us,
Cody,
guys. If you could please like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, that would mean the world to us. Uh, we really would like to start putting out more content for you guys, but we're gonna start simplifying the way that we're looking at things as far as these five coins. And
yep.
put comments, questions in the video, and look forward to seeing you guys next.